Hey everyone, before we get into this story, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more real, emotionally gripping stories about love, betrayal, and heartbreak. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear how you faced moments that shook your trust to its core. It was the week of Emma's birthday. I'd been thinking about it for days, planning something special. I wanted it to be perfect, a small getaway, maybe a dinner at her favorite restaurant, and something thoughtful I knew she'd love. So I asked her one evening casually with a smile I hoped conveyed warmth. "What do you want for your birthday this year?" She paused. I remember that pause clearly. The way she looked at me wasn't familiar. There was distance, hesitation. Then she said softly, almost too softly, "I don't want anything from you." At first I laughed nervously, thinking she was joking. But her eyes, so familiar yet so distant, told me she wasn't. I felt a pang in my chest, a flicker of unease I tried to ignore. Maybe she was stressed from work. Maybe it was just a mood. But that unease didn't leave. Over the next few days I noticed subtle changes. Emma's phone buzzed constantly, and she would quickly hide the screen. She made excuses to step out, sometimes for work calls that lasted far longer than they should. There were missed calls from me that she insisted she hadn't seen, even though I knew better. I questioned myself first. Maybe I was imagining things, letting my mind twist normal behavior into something sinister. But deep down I couldn't shake it. Then came the small telling moments. The way she sometimes sighed when I walked into the room. The way she occasionally avoided eye contact. The hurried explanations when I asked about her day. I kept trying to rationalize it, reminding myself of the life we'd built, the love we'd shared. But each tiny inconsistency felt like a crack widening in a dam. And I knew I was close to a flood of realization I wasn't ready for. One evening, I was tidying up the kitchen when her phone lit up on the counter. Forgotten. I didn't mean to look, but curiosity overcame caution. A message preview appeared. Just a few words and my stomach dropped. "Can't wait to see you tonight, Redheart." I froze. The world narrowed to that single line. My hands trembled and a hollow ache spread through my chest. My mind raced. Who was he? How long had this been happening? And how could she send something like that while sitting in our home, with me? I felt a wave of nausea, disbelief, and raw heartbreak collide. In the days that followed, I replayed every moment of the past months in my head. Every late night she said she spent working. Every sudden trip she took. Every small lie I had brushed off. They all now felt like pieces of a puzzle that didn't add up to the life I thought I had. Each memory stung, twisting ordinary love into something tainted. The confrontation was inevitable. One night, after another awkward silence at the dinner table, I couldn't hold it in. "Emma, I know something is going on," I said, voice tight. "Who are you seeing?" She looked down, then back at me, and finally the words came. Quiet, almost ashamed. "Yes, I've been seeing someone else. I didn't want to hurt you, I never meant for this to happen, but it just did." The words felt like a physical blow. I felt the air leave my lungs, my hands gripping the edge of the table to steady myself. I wanted to scream, cry, run, but mostly I just felt numb. And yet, even in that numbness, I saw her humanity. She wasn't a villain. She was scared, lost, flawed. But the betrayal cut too deep. A wound that couldn't simply be bandaged with apologies. In the aftermath, I wrestled with everything. Memories that now felt like lies. Love that had been sincere but fractured. Trust that had been shattered. I questioned myself endlessly. How had I missed the signs? How could I have been so blind? But slowly I realized the truth. This wasn't about my failure, it was about her choices, and their consequences were mine to navigate. I had to make a choice, cling to someone who had broken my trust or reclaim my life. The decision was painful, agonizing, but necessary. I chose myself. Saying goodbye wasn't dramatic. No yelling, no harsh words. Just quiet acknowledgement of the end of what we had. I helped her pack, watched her drive away, and felt the ache of loss. But beneath it, I felt a seed of something stronger. Clarity, resilience, and the knowledge that my life was still mine to rebuild. In the weeks and months afterward, I focused on healing. I reconnected with friends, revisited passions I had neglected, and learned to enjoy my own company. Each step was small, sometimes painful, but essential. I discovered that heartbreak doesn't define you. It teaches you, shapes you, and eventually makes you stronger. Now I remember her birthday differently. Not as the night she betrayed me, but as the turning point that forced me to face reality, confront pain, and ultimately reclaim my dignity. I still think of her sometimes, but the memories that once stung now remind me of what I've overcome, not what I've lost. The lesson is clear. Love is precious, trust is fragile, and self-respect is non-negotiable. Betrayal can shatter you, but it can also teach you to rebuild, to prioritize yourself, and to find strength you didn't know you had. Thank you for listening to my story. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more stories about love, betrayal, and resilience. Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear how you faced moments that shook your trust, and how you found the strength to move forward.